Hello, and welcome to episode 1 of the Cable Car Crew. We finally have a match for you. Here with me, I'm joined with my partner, ADM, also known as Armani.
How's it going?
And we have Red Helix, also known as Maze.
What's up, everybody?
Alright, and today they're going to be playing. I'm going to let them do their own little introductions on what they're going to be playing with. Go ahead, Armani.
All right, how's it going, guys? Today I'm going to be playing Yellow. It's a ShineGreymon focus, and this build is perfect. If you see the list and you want to make some changes, go right on ahead. This build is literally just here to see how I want to take the deck, and that's pretty much it.
Alright, what you got for us, Maze?
So today I'll be playing a variant of Blue Omnimon, focused more around Vikemon than Metal Garurumon, which a lot of people are still swearing by, more or less. I don't know, Vikemon, he cost one more, and if you see the list, obviously make changes to what you believe fits your own playstyle more than anything else, but he costs one more to Digivolve, but he's also a bigger body and has a better effect in my opinion. Sure, attacking twice is fine, but if I can hit once for more than hit twice, there's less a chance it gets blocked. I can take more damage all at once. And obviously Omnimon, because Omnimon is one of the best cards in the game right now. So
Alrighty, well, with that, let's go ahead and get this game started.
All right, I'll do the die roll first. 20-sided die. Roll for 19. Well,
let's see what I got. Rolled a 6. Oh,
right. Looks like I'm going first.
you are
I
going
already
first.
put my security card, so I'm going to draw 5 cards. All right. Let's get this started. Okay. Going to hatch here.
Well, we just got a surprise guest. His
All
name's
right. All
Clark.
right.
He just
All right.
loves my lap. This is my buddy Clark. You can tell he doesn't like this, though. So he'll
I
be our
will
guest ref
play.
today, I guess.
All right. I'll go ahead and play this. Play this TK and 2, and then that's your go.
So I'll move up to 2 memory because of the TK. I will draw for turn.
Alrighty, so
Play a Pokemon.
Armani, what's your favorite Digimon?
ShineGreymon.
ShineGreymon? No hesitation there. Just it's ShineGreymon. It has been, will be, always will be.
Close, very close second is Omnimon because who doesn't like a Digimon with a big sword and a huge go away cannon?
What you're saying is I should get you some pumpkin spice coffee.
I mean,
No, it's fine. It's fine.
hey,
It's cool.
hey, pumpkin spice coffee is delicious, man.
It is
So
that time
I
of
will
year.
move Upamon and Gabumon and draw a card.
Sounds about right.
Evolve again and the Gorillamon. One.
Alrighty. He's an angry boy.
No, you're just hungry. Yeah, hungry
Quite.
boy.
I will hard cast Grizzlymon and put you to 4 memory.
Well then, that's quite the play there. All right, draw for turn.
Alrighty, Maze.
Alrighty
What's
then.
your favorite Digimon?
Oh my gosh, I had asked the hard questions, man.
You know, we got to get them out of the way. That way I can ask you the each ones later on.
So I have a couple of favorites. One of my favorites is my boy Gallantmon.
Okay.
I loved that season of Digimon. Like the whole squad was just awesome. You had Mega Gargomon, Sukumon, Gallantmon, and then his little bird. I don't remember what the bird's name was called. What was the bird
Going down to 1.
card? But yeah, Gallantmon's one of my favorites. I'd say if I had to put it, I mean, Omnimon's in like my top 5. He's definitely not top 3.
Okay. Okay.
That's
Galamon, yeah, Vikemon's probably one of my top 3 favorites. He, like, that whole design was cool.
I pass. You go to 3.
Okadoke.
Alrighty. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Armani, you haven't really watched that many seasons, or rather, you haven't even finished a season, if I remember right, of Digimon, correct?
Quite.
So, have you watched bits and pieces of all of them, or some of them, or any of them?
Bits and pieces of some of them.
Okay.
The reason why Omnimon is because I remember him vividly, and ShineGreymon is just because I have the phone game on my phone, and I worked really hard for him in the Rearise game, so
Yeah.
so I
Okay.
have him on
So,
Rearise, and he's like my partner in crime per se.
so you don't really have
And
like a favorite season or anything, or a season you're looking forward to coming out in the TCG or something like
not at all,
that. Okay. Okay.
not at all.
So I will attack this Grizzlymon for 1.
Oof.
Uh,
Spending that
And give
memory.
him
so you're at 1 memory. All right. Let's see. All right, misses. Great. Alrighty then.
The judge says that's a mean play. You should stop it. That or he wants
attack
more
with
ear scratches. I'm not exactly sure.
Play. Ahaha! That kills him.
And that's a suicide.
The other.
Um,
So, Armani, I have spoken about this in some of the previous videos. TK is a bane to me. The card is just so unforgiving, and it can be very unforgiving for both sides. How do you feel about it?
Unforgiving for both sides.
Yeah.
I mean, in the mirror, it will probably hurt quite a bit. Oh, you're a Vulcan Tamer's okay. Keep going.
Yeah, y'all can keep playing while I'm talking. I'm
I
just going to
feel
ask you deep
like
and personal questions, probing at your innermost thoughts.
okay. Draw. Okay, so that puts me at 2. Man, I am like dead drawing out of the behind right now. But you know that comes with the territory, I suppose. I will
Just
go
got your lucky
ahead
baby.
and hardcast this, setting you to 3, and I will target your Agomamon, and that destroys him.
Well, before your turn starts, Maze, what is your favorite Digimon season? I'm gonna go out and let me say 3. Tamers.
like favorite overall season?
Yeah.
Digimon Frontier, where they use the battle spirits.
Okay, okay. I'll agree with you on that one. It's a personal favorite of mine.
Second is the season 3 with the Amon and crew.
Okay. So Frontier followed by Tamers. I can dig it. I can dig it.
And a lot of people are gonna discount me on this, but number 3 is Data Squad. That was another one where the whole
Okay.
squad was super cool.
Um,
That and my third favorite Digimon before ShineGreymon came out.
my only issue with it is in the beginning it's so odd that the main character literally needs to punch a Digimon in order to get Agumon to Digivolve. The whole concept of that is
Yeah,
just
That
I
was
mean,
weird.
talk about courage, but I think we had this issue in season 1 where courage and stupidity don't really mix very well. Sometimes you get some off the wall crap happening.
Dude, man, bring up season 1. There was some OG Digimon Adventure.
Mm-hmm.
There were some points where I was like, my boy TK needs to calm it down there. One of them being when he forced Digivolve the Greymon into a Skull Greymon, and that it is
TK
that
or
was
Ty?
Tai. Sorry, Taichi.
I see you staring at TK down there. You scared, aren't
Yeah,
you?
no, I'm not scared. I'm just cards a bit annoying. I will say that. That and
Yeah,
Hermione might be that drawing like a mofo, but
Hey,
I feel like you're
I'm
both
not
dead
being
drawing. I'm watching y'all play, and
yo,
you've only digivolved once. You haven't digivolved at all, and your
I
hand's looking
have
kind of
had to
small.
I have had to hard cast everything
I
on
don't
the
know. We'll see
planet.
what happens. We'll see what happens this next turn. See if I can draw him. So
Like,
I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna untap. I'm gonna draw
Go
for
ahead, go
turn.
ahead. So Armani,
yes.
I know
No, the
you're still kind
Upamon.
of new in the card game aspect of this so far.
Okay.
You've seen a couple of different colors played.
Hmm.
You've only played with yellow, is my understanding.
Yep.
Is yellow your favorite color, or is it just the one you were most comfortable with?
At first it was the one I was most comfortable with, but now it has quickly become my favorite color.
Why is that?
And I guess that is because it has so of course I'm biased.
So
But
just because it has ShineGreymon, it's your
I
favorite color.
will
So what happens if it
so
gets
far
reprinted in a different color?
I will move to that color
I mean,
and
currently
try it.
we have 3 different colors for Agumon.
Hmm.
We have
Yeah.
a green, a yellow, and a red.
Okay.
We have 2 different colors for War Greymon. We have a black and a red. What happens if
Hmm.
Shine gets reprinted as, say, a purple or a green?
I will move on to those colors and collect the cards as needed.
But would yellow still be your favorite color?
So far,
Okay.
I haven't. But if yellow keeps playing like how it plays, then I don't think I'll need to move.
Okay.
Digivolve into the Gurumon.
Okay.
2, 1, 2. Oh my.
Alrighty. Seems like his hand is less dead than mine. That's crazy.
I mean, sometimes you gotta filter through it a little bit. I will say though, this is a personal thing, and it's odd since we don't really have a shuffle or a true search mechanic. It's just a reveal top X.
Mhm.
I've actually only hit a very small percentage of the time. I have
Mhm.
missed significantly on those. How do y'all feel about that? Are y'all having a similar issue? That's just a personal. I'm just bad. Uh, what's y'all's opinion on the, I guess, scrying of Digimon so far?
Well, in my opinion, you draw enough if you can actually see the cards in order to be able to digivolve and draw. As you can see, I've dead drawed super hard. Like that Cupimon there on the bottom left of the screen has been sitting there since the cows came home. And
I don't think the cows have come home. I think they're out in pasture.
yeah,
I think that's where you're going
not
with
just
that. As a
yet.
Texan, I feel like what you're trying to say is the cows have gone to pasture and have yet to come home.
I'm gonna hardcast this. Gomon to go.
Okay, so I'm at 3.
Yeah.
Alrighty, draw 1.
I guess I give my
Um,
opinion on the scrying method. I don't know. I've heard of a lot of tournaments testing out a Molian rule, and it seemed to help.
I have as well, actually. What do we think Digimon, or I guess Bandai, as a company would change the rules to allow it? Do you think it would be like Magic or Pokemon, where there's certain
I
restrictions to it? Or do you think it's going to be more
if
open like Vanguard, where it's, I don't like these two cards, let me mill these, or mulligan these?
if they did, I would feel it would be more fair if it was just an all or nothing mulligan.
Mm-hmm.
Selective mulligans like they have in certain Japanese card games like Vanguard, may maybe a little too much in terms of the power level you can getting out of a hand that way.
Mm,
Uh, I mean, if they allowed a mulligan rule and still kept the whole every time you digivolve draw a card, I think the mulligan would have to be all or nothing to keep it fair.
Right.
I can see that, but at the same
Uh,
time, your opponent would have the same opportunity. Do you not feel that that's enough of a balance? Or
I mean, this brings in the whole debate of how colors play, and certain colors would have more of an advantage with selective mulligan than others.
Mm.
Like red would find its rush pieces more consistently.
but you could say
You
the
also
same
have
thing
the whole
for the green Argomon deck. If I had selective
yeah
mulliganing, I would have the same advantage. So red had it; it doesn't necessarily matter.
That puts
Um,
me to 0, and I draw 1.
yeah.
Uh,
so for you, Maze,
I don't know.
favorite
Ball
color and
here
why?
for 0 and draw 1.
Yeah. What was your question, Nick?
Favorite color and why?
Uh, I'd have to say blue for
Oh.
now. Purple's a very close second, just
Um,
because of how it controls the board by gaining advantage over sacrificing your own units.
I
Okay.
recover 1 because of Magna Angemon.
No, you don't. It's when played, not when digivolved.
Really? Isn't that the same thing?
Negative.
No,
God.
when played is played from hand. When digivolved is played on top of another Digimon.
So I have to
Um,
hard cast this
Yeah.
in
you have to
order
hard
to.
for 7.
So
Interesting.
we actually did talk about this, and I'm glad you kind of made that mistake. Um, yes, when played and when digivolve are not the same. You
Oh, okay.
literally have to play it without any digi-evolution. You have to hardcast it if you would, in order for
I
that when
see.
played skill to trigger.
I see. Okay. Noted for next time. So I have to edit this after.
I don't know. A lot of people
Uh,
still play Magna Angemon, and I've seen it. I've literally been on the receiving end of it, where I've made my first turn. I'm super happy, and in turn, my opponent digivolves for free, throws Magna Angemon, pushes me to 4, and I'm just like, whoa. Go
Yeah,
into the
well,
it's
next
a
turn, and they do the same thing, sitting at a hefty. They were back to 6 because luckily I got a swing in, but um, it, it,
okay then.
it's
it's
small enough that it
I'll
doesn't help too much on your opponent's side.
I'll place this TK, setting you to 4. I'll use this skill.
Okay. So while he's looking through and trying to figure out what he's going to add to hand, um, what is your opinion, Maze, on a mono deck versus a hybrid? And now I'm going to specify this out a little bit more. When I say an actual hybrid, I mean something that has a fair balance of 2 or more colors. I'm not talking, oh, I teched in a Terraforcer for, or I guess a lot
you're
of people are
talking
tech.
a deck that runs like multiple Digimon of a
Right.
line, and kind of like Ragnarlord is seeming to come out.
With a lot of the DNAs,
Yeah.
excuse me, I do feel that we're
Um.
going to start seeing more of them. What is your actual opinion on them?
So
And by the way,
personally, I don't like them because I've
You don't like hybrids,
been
or you
on the
don't
other
like?
side of the table with someone playing a hybrid deck. In this case, our gracious host Nick playing
Okay.
red green.
I don't
Even
play
though
hybrid. I play Tyrannomon. There's a difference.
there's a difference, but
No, there's not.
still, the flaw in the hybrid deck becomes that you will have a 50-50 chance of drawing, say, a level 4 that's red, a level 5 that's this other color, like black for Ragnarlord, a level. I mean, granted, his level 6 and level 7 are, and I think even his level 5.
Yeah, both level 5s, both level
they
6s.
fix the whole hybrid deck issue where you get to a point where you can no longer digivolve up a line because you ran out of a color.
So, with that, do you think that keeping it more balanced, where you can just digivolve straight into, say, play like the 5, play the 6, and play, or rather, play the 6, play the 7, and then just play the 5s, where you can hardcast the 5s and then digivolve into it? The goal wouldn't be to actually digivolve into that level 5.
If you played a deck that didn't split evolution, so you played this monocolor and you just played like 2 or 3 of this other thing, if it's play cost, so the cost you would pay from hand is low enough, I would not be as worried, because then you're not in this point where you feel like hard casting this card to continue playing the game is going to put me in a spot where I am too far behind.
Okay.
So playing a level 5 that's like a 6-drop that can continue up the chain because you're playing these hybrid like DNA Digivolution Digimon that can digivolve from either color, or just playing from that point forward, you're playing this other color that ends up helping you in a way. Like, as long as it helps whatever deck you're playing and doesn't inherently just make an inconsistency issue, it should be fine.
So what you're
Now,
thinking is more of the tech cards, playing the one-off
yeah,
Puppetmon, playing Volcanic Dramon,
yeah.
just to get that tech effect in there, take care
I
of
mean,
and
yeah.
just
If
generic
meta,
meta problems.
if yeah, but that's what it is. Like, tech cards in a deck are fine. Playing like 4 Terraforce in a deck that's not playing red is not the worst thing in the world, because Terraforce is probably the best option in the game currently. Playing a Volcanic Dramon if you're playing against a bunch of rookie rush decks that play a bunch of little guys for cheap, because he can deal with a whole board of them at like a 1 or 2 of them in a deck, so it doesn't inherently kill draws.
Okay.
Like, that's fine. I'm more of a, like, so far I'm more of a monocolor player. If I decide to build something like Ragnarlord, I may look into a more hybrid build, but it'll probably be focused more on one or the other and just playing a couple of techs here and there.
Okay. I
But for
believe
now, I think mono is probably the way to go until we see more support for a hybrid deck. And currently, Ragnar's probably the only one who has enough support to maybe not make that an issue
probably
with his level 4s or his level 3s.
that and maybe Imperial Dramon. But personally, I'm not a big fan of a lot of the green for Imperial Dramon. You might be able to get some of the other greens in
A
there.
whole different story, in which I think playing a blue-green hybrid isn't going to work very well because there's not enough support there.
I don't know if it's
Or the
an issue of
support is
not enough
lacking.
support. I just don't feel green is effective enough. Because again, you have both a level 5 and a level 6 that can digivolve
That
from either
effectively do
string.
nothing.
And you even
Yeah,
have
but one of your level 5s for Imperial Dramon, like Dino Beamon, in my opinion, is just not good.
I won't say it's not
Like,
good. It is not the better choice, in my opinion.
you know, and Now, granted, you probably, if you wanted to, you probably tack in a couple,
It would
like a
give you
couple
that
of
option to still get that cheaper evolution out there instead of relying
yeah,
on having to have the power
yeah, Pokemon.
Paladin. Thank you. Blanked on his name after starting to say it. Getting old.
Like that's fine. I don't mind running Dino Beamon in that deck for that reason, and he is a jamming. So if he's somehow out there
But
when
if
you
you're just going for
play,
jamming, I mean, you can play blue, and the current
yeah, you
blue
can
or V
play
blue stuff
blue.
has jamming and even can give jamming if I'm not mistaken.
Like
So
there's a Veedramon in blue that's like a 5-drop that has jamming as long as you control Tamer.
right.
Like that's fine.
Um. Oh, looks like we have a guest. I've actually played with this gent before. There
Oh,
he
we
goes.
had one, I guess.
Yeah, he looked.
Oh, he stops it. Okay. Anyway, if I'm not mistaken, it is your turn, Mace.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, he's back.
Draw.
Hmm.
Welcome back, random guy. Um. So
Move out during raising phase.
going forward, you mentioned that you have not optimized your deck, or rather, you're still in the process of optimizing it. And I'm gonna put a lot of that up to the fact you're still kind of new into the card game itself, learning about deck building, learning about what works against current meta, what current meta is.
Did you know the Rillaman?
I'm looking at your deck list, which I will be posting up. What is your opinion on the deck itself so far?
My opinion on the deck itself so far. Uh, it feels like if you can get your tamers, the deck could do whatever it wants per se, to an extent anyway.
That's the
But
idea.
if you're in a situation like me where you're kind of struggling, you kind of fall behind to the point where you start to wonder if you can even bring it back, or at least that's where my thought process is.
Okay.
That being said, yellow has a lot of ways to recover and toolbox the security, so you know it's quite a task.
So, do you feel that on average you would have troubles against Rookie Rush?
Um, yeah, it although it depends on how you build this deck, because I did notice it has several cards that say if you have a certain amount of security, recovery one, and some of those cards are also rookies themselves that cost between like 2 to 4. So it's like you can rush, but depending on what's in my hand, I'm just gonna recover it off. And if I know you're doing the whole rush thing, I'm pretty sure eventually you're gonna run into the high power securities, and they're gonna wipe the floor with your rookies unless they have jamming or something.
Well, so that's the thing about Rookie Rush is it doesn't care if the rookie dies. Yeah, it would
Okay.
like to keep it there if possible, but the concept is to just get more rookies out than your opponent has security,
Uh huh.
and then just throw it away because you still lose the security when it hits you. So if they
Mhm.
can get 6 rookies out there, all the better.
Mhm.
And with that, I do feel we're going to see a mass change of Rookie Rush to more of a blue Rookie Rush with green tech because of specifically the new Vmon that has jamming.
Mhm.
Do you think that would cause an issue for you?
Uh,
Armani attack your Shikimi with
if it
Grismon.
if it gets to that point, then you'll just have to build the deck in a way that will be able to be a little stronger versus it. Glorious Burst.
Ooh.
It misses though. So
Oh, it doesn't have a security effect.
nope.
Wow.
Oh, that's right. It doesn't. The
Yeah.
drawback to Glorious Burst.
Well, I'm gonna keep poking.
I mean,
Sure. I mean, I don't have a blocker. Oh, another one.
wow, 2 for 2. All right, we going in. Now smash into that rookie.
I'm gonna go with that last one.
Nah, this one is a. I saw it. That one
Oh.
can get rid of it. Yeah.
Uh,
Imagine that.
So now the question comes: what do you do next turn?
What do I do next turn? Well,
I'm actually speaking of his plan next turn. I'm actually gonna pass. So you're at 4.
quite. Alrighty, boys.
All right, so
Let's
he's
try
gonna
this.
evolve into Seraphimon, get recovery, swing at your
Oh
Digimon,
man.
then play
Oh man.
Magnetmon and call it a day. He's at 3.
I'll move this over. Um, man, imagine that. What a time to be alive.
Did I call it?
Did you call it?
Did I call it?
I
You got
mean,
that Seraphimon in hand?
I wish that would be
Oh,
nice.
too bad. Too bad.
Question.
What's up?
But I'm gonna keep going. I'm actually gonna continue the conversation about the whole yellow option and Rookie Rush. So a little known option that Rookie Rush has. I don't quite remember the name, but the picture's Gatomon, and it actually says multiple Digimon get -4K.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I'll Digivolve here
let's see if I can.
for 2 and
Try
draw
that.
1.
Yeah.
Using Anjumon skill, targeting the Gorillamon.
Sure. It's at 3.
All right. Let's see. I will attack the Gorillamon for a clash, and I get to draw 1 because I have 3 or more yellow tamers.
Yep. That's fine.
So which option are you in reference to?
I'm trying to.
You said it's a blue option?
It's a yellow option. I
Oh,
was
yellow
continuing the
option.
conversation with the yellow options for Rookie Rush. Oh, here it is.
Talking about Lightning
So
Paw?
there's a yellow option in set 2 called Lightning Ball. 3-drop option for yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Main 3 of your opponent's level 3 Digimon get -4 until end of turn.
Okay.
So I've seen a lot of people who have run into Rookie Rush when I was playing ShineGreymon lists play it in some capacity.
Really?
Because it does help with that matchup, because yellow's matchup is inherently on the losing end of Rookie Rush.
But at the same
Even
note,
with all the
that's a
options.
one-off tech. Are you gonna run 1 or 2? And if so, do you get it in Rookie Rush, which makes it questionable if it's worth playing?
I'll Digivolve here, setting
I'd say
you
if
to
you
2.
50% Rookie Rush decks, I would actually play that over your other options, like Glorious Burst. It's definitely. Also, is it dead?
Yeah.
Okay. It is definitely one of those like. Do I play the other options I could be playing?
That's your turn.
So draw for turn. Raise. Move them on. Digivolve for 0. Send my 2. Draw a card. I need to stop drawing like this. Digivolve for 1. Draw.
So Armani,
Yes.
did you see the releases that they announced for Yellow recently, a few days ago, with Angel Woman and Cherubimon?
We did discuss Cherubimon, but not really in great detail. And for the rest of it, I'm going to say no.
Okay.
I'm a hard casted Grizzlymon.
Okay.
So
3 4 effects.
Okay.
Your turn.
That's my turn.
So for Cherubimon, when
Draw.
attacking, collect a Digimon from your, or a yellow Digimon from your trash, and put it on top of your security pile.
Mhm.
How do you think that will change the game? Would you play it in your deck?
Simply because I get to I'm gonna hatch this. Simply because I get to choose the card, I think it's really strong.
Okay.
What can I say about it? It's just like a super duper nice to have. Simply because I get to choose. I Digivolve for free here.
Mm-hmm.
Draw a card.
And then what about, excuse me, the, excuse me, the new the new Angel Woman says when Digivolved, one of your opponent's Digimon gets -2 sec until the end of their turn.
Minus
-2 security attack.
that helps you tank up.
I mean, yeah.
So I think that's
Would you
quite
do you
the
think it's worth playing over the current Angel Woman that is played? One that says when
if I
Digivolved,
remember
recovery 1.
correctly.
I believe you have to be at 3 or less security, but recovery 1.
I want to say they're probably about even to me, but this is all coming from someone who's fresh into this game.
Okay. He also gives the inherent skill when attacking. Your security is 3 or less. You may play 1 3 or less yellow Digimon from hand without paying cost.
Oh well, that's good because you have certain cards like the Patamon I just played that has a skill that says when played.
Mm-hmm.
So if I remember correctly, it triggers.
With this card, it does, yes.
Patamon's effect. Give me one sec. I'll resolve this effect first. I do believe his is top 4.
Yes. All tamers. Wow. You got one
So
at
I
least.
saw
Or 2,
I got
sorry.
2.
Yeah. So see, he has much better luck with this kind of stuff for me. Me, I would have seen everything but tamers.
Oh, trust me, it's not as This is like the first time I've actually not whiffed on it. So kick this to the bottom, kick this to the bottom, and I'm at 1.
You are one, sir.
So
Hmm.
we've talked a lot about the new stuff coming out that has been announced. Other yellows to look forward to is Shukakumon because
Mhm.
the ultimate counter and Kinsuramon. But beyond the ones that we know are coming out, or rather, yeah, besides the ones that we know are coming out, in effect, have been announced.
The security for 14, 1 damage. Go ahead. What were you?
What are you looking forward to coming out that has not been announced? What are you hoping for? What would you like to see hit?
That is a good question. I am not certain.
Because we already have your ShineGreymon, so you don't have to hope for that.
That
Wow.
Oh, did he really get an Omnimon?
Yeah, he just got an Omnimon off of that. Talk
Uh,
about toxic.
well,
Kind of looking
hey,
sus there, Maze. You kind of looking sus. Just saying.
They make me look sus,
Pretty sure you're
but-
venting. I'm pretty sure I saw you go on a vent.
yeah, there's There is literally nothing I can do then.
GG. Game 2.
No counterplay. No blockers.
Yeah.
No matter what, I'm kind of dead
Alrighty.
here.
Go ahead and scoop up those decks and start game 2 then. Alright.
Wow.
May the fates ever be in your favor. Hopefully you get a rookie this time, Armani.
Imagine the one that I swung at is the one that ruins my life. Great.
Well, Armani, I'm sorry you didn't draw a rookie, but I was playing the game a little before, so like
Alrighty.
Alrighty. Well, may you just go ahead and scoop up your deck.
Let's try this
Start
again.
game 2.
Starting game 2.
Alrighty.
Oh,
So-
of course, Armani. First or second.
I'm gonna start.
So, Maze, what cards are you hoping for in the future?
Whoops.
In the future.
To be in my hand. Okay.
In the future, I would love to see Susanomon
Okay.
from Frontiers come out.
Yeah.
There we go.
If I honestly gave my personal opinion about what colors he would be, I'd say red and yellow.
Hatch.
Just because I
Maybe.
feel that the Greymon Spirit line would be yellow.
Digi for free.
So now this is 100% rumor. 100% rumor as of right now. There was talk of people thinking that certain Digimon that kind of hit the pinnacle aren't going to be level 7s, they're going to be level 8s. Now, this speculation is just
The
that
two.
as of right now.
Go ahead.
But the speculation would be that these specific level 8s would not digivolve from an actual, like, or I guess a widespread color. They would digivolve from white. What do you think about that? We're going to talk about stuff like Susanomon, who is at that god tier level, in my personal opinion.
Yeah. I mean, if you wanted to talk about like the Olympus 12 or whatever with the Apollomon Dynamon evolution, it would be the same thing.
Right.
At least Noblemon is supposed to be on this level of power in Digimon that nothing has ever really touched. But I don't know.
I mean, we already have Omnimon.
I'd say like no specific color level 7 Digivolution maybe, but Digivolving straight from white, like just a white card, like designating that as a color. I mean, we've already seen level 7s that are a color, so maybe not. Granted, it was only the one.
Granted,
But,
there aren't that many level 7s.
No, there's not. There's
4 if we're including Ultra.
Yeah, including alternate arts, but there's only really two.
No. I mean, so we have Omnimon, we have Millenniumon, we have
that's right.
Ragnarlordmon, and then we have Omnimon Ultra
So
S.
Ultra S is definitely going to be a 7. So,
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like we can conclude he will be a level 7.
Yeah.
So with that, do we feel that if something like Susanomon or something of that nature came out, would it be a level 7 or would it be this speculated level 8?
I'm not.
Right?
It would be interesting to see a level 8 and have like a specific condition, say like Susanomon, where it was minus a level, or you could digivolve from a level 6 if it was a specific level, like a specific couple of level 6s.
Mm-hmm. What
But
if?
no.
What if it was an alternate instead of doing? Now this is just my. You gave me an idea here. What if it didn't digivolve to a level 8? It was a 7 that digivolved from another 7. Kind of like how we have mode changes, which would just bring into the question of maybe Ultra S will be a mode change kind of idea.
Maybe.
Especially if we're
It would
looking at
also
something like we have Dragon Mode, which
yeah,
means
mode
at
change would be
some
kind of
point
cool because we have Imperial Dramon, and the only confirmed ones currently is Dragon.
we
So
have
having
Galliantmon, we have Cherubimon. We
yeah,
have these Digimon already that have alternate modes. Are we suspecting that we're going to get those modes? And do they have a special requirement, or are they just going to kind of be just a level 6? Which I do feel like we might get.
I mean, I
You
could see
told
them
me.
being
Go ahead.
so. Case in point being everything from Data Squad having a burst mode. I could see them being the level of their base form Digimon, so like ShineGreymon and then ShineGreymon Burst Mode both being level 6s. But ShineGreymon Burst Mode having a higher evolution cost bar you're not evolving
Or
from
from a
a
specific,
ShineGreymon,
kind of like
like
how Imperial
Imperial
Dramon did.
Dramon. Yeah, like how Imperial Dramon is a two cost evolution if you're digivolving from a Paladramon or a Dynamon.
Mm-hmm.
And having it have the effect of can digivolve on top of ShineGreymon for X cost, or it's just a level 6 that digivolves from a yellow Digimon for 5 or something.
Okay.
Like it have the high cost of being that powerful, but it have a way to reduce the cost if you're playing the right deck. And not just using it as a tech option for a Nega. I'm going to Digivolve this Gomamon on my Upamon and draw a card for 0. It's not gonna help me. Digivolve for 2. Draw Kakumon. Oh, sweet. Now the question is. I'm gonna Digivolve again into Monzaimon.
Okay.
Push you
Getting that rush in
2.
there.
Alrighty. Draw for the turn.
But
Move
no,
him
I
out of
like.
the okie doke place.
Yep.
Out of the daycare.
Back to the conversation we kind of started. I think slide evolution would be a cool mechanic
Okay.
to add to this game. Definitely open up plays where decks that aren't playing like Omnimon or Millenniumon or these big level 7 powerhouses could kind of keep going.
With the slide evolution, it would be interesting to see them bring in a new mechanic that allowed a Digimon to Digivolve on the same tier just across the path. But at the same time, I get worried when we start doing that because let's say we do let's say we go for that, right? We allow this slide evolution kind of thing to occur. And what ultimately happens is you get Galmon or not Galmon. Galmon's final form.
I will attack with this blocker, setting you to 2, and I draw 1 because of the inherited skill.
Huh. Interesting way to play that. That's definitely an interesting play. Draw
So
for turn.
what if we do get these level 6s that are red or blue? Now, I specify red and blue because bear with me for a second. Where you can get multiple 6s on top of each other and then decide to take your lovely Omnimon and throw him on top.
So
That does.
You see my worry now?
one sec. When I attacked the security and he gets 2 memory. Does it auto end my turn without the attack going through?
No, the attack still goes through. He just never did a check because he's amazing. He's trying to,
I
you
didn't
know.
think.
I told you
Sorry.
he's sus, man. He's super
Oh,
sus.
Well, it doesn't do
okay, okay, great.
But yeah. So what happens when you get this Omnimon that straight up has 4 or 5 underneath of him?
Oof. That's a
What's the
boy
worry
there.
then?
Uh,
Omnimon does not specify once per turn.
No.
So what if
That
you?
is a balance issue.
Yeah, that's my big worry because here's how I'm processing it in my brain. Let's say you are playing smart and you think you're happy, go lucky, everything's good to go. Your opponent's playing red. They have War Greymon. They have Greymon. And let's say Victory Greymon is one of something similar to a slide evolution. And you keep going back and forth or, just on top of each other 2, 3 times. I guess you'd really only need 3. And then you Digivolve Omnimon. Kill something. Swing for 2. Skill stand. Swing for 2. Skill stand. Swing for 2. Skill stand. Swing for game.
Yeah, that could be a problem.
Because I'm just thinking about that. If that was the case, just doing. I mean, if you have the generic red starter deck, you can absolutely do that. I mean, if you were able to. I mean, you're able to get 1 early game swing in, knock him down to 4. Get a build up. Get just 2 6s. Digivolve. Swing for 2, swing for 2, swing for game. That is trial deck worry for me. Excuse me. I see that and I mean it only gets worse if you add the red tie in there that says they have 4 more sources. He gets sec +1. Because there's still be Digitama 3, 4, 5.
I mean, trial deck War Greymon already swing with that tamer like 4 security.
I think for the turn it's 3.
Oh
no, it's 4 with the Metal Greymon. That's what it is. Because it's Tamer gives him 1, he gets 1, he has 1, and then Metal Greymon. So you end up with 4.
I'm talking about the one that says for every 2 sources it gains sec +1.
Oh, I don't think that's the trial deck one, is it?
That might be the set 1 version, but that's the one I'm talking about. Like that.
Oh no,
alone,
I'm thinking of the set 1 one. That 1 says during the turn it's when Digivolve it gets +1 until the end of turn. But that one also says when a Digimon security check reveals an option card, security effects do not activate.
It has what I call option block.
Which just raises the question of the new option card coming out that gives a selected Digimon option block.
Yeah.
So
I saw that.
when is this red no option deck gonna hit the board running? Because with what's just already announced, what else do we know is coming out in red for that exact set? We have Ragnarlordmon coming out in that set.
Yeah.
We do, and it's just, oh look, another red card that can support her. With Ragnarlordmon also being able to hit, I think ultimately she gets like, if you go red tree, like +3 security attack, right? Look through here real quick.
Let's see.
1, 2.
5 is 1. It has 1 inherently.
And the level 4 gives 1. So 4, 5.
Yeah. The level 4 does get 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. So she would get sec +3. She swings for 4. 5 if you give her that. So you have the tie, you give her the option, you swing with this.
Oh, it does. Oh, no.
Hey, I swing for 5 sec.
Yeah, have the red tie that gives Sec +1.
Yeah.
It's like I swing your whole security and options don't stop me.
Right. And her
Hope you.
base is. Oh wait, I don't think it matters. Doesn't she have jamming? No, she has reboot. Jamming is from the other tree. Oh, but hold on. She can actually give herself that. Yeah. She can throw this dude in soul. Oh, that's blocker though.
Yeah.
Never mind. He was blocked. I thought she got jamming somewhere.
Um.
Am I just misremembering?
No, she gains 3. No, she gains Digivolve 1 twice from the black tree.
Hmm.
But
Okay. So now we just have to
um,
give her jamming, and once we give her jamming, she's unstoppable. She is waifu.
yeah, she becomes unstoppable force. That's for sure.
But granted, she's already a 14k base.
Yeah, so there's not a whole lot that's gonna get over. You're either gonna have to hit 14 or have Omnimon in there somehow. So it's
Yeah.
a 15. Like you're gonna have to have another level 7 to stop her.
But that just raises the question if they have the because there's a few Digitamas. I think there's actually two that give power, and I think there's a tamer that does as well.
Yeah. Attack your blocker, Omni.
That seems kind of weird. Um. So
All
Yokomon
right.
does, but it wouldn't work in this instance. Um. Oh, I guess. Hey, you could play Baby Demon. I was actually kind of trash talking him earlier.
So sorry. There's effects that go off during that attack sequence. I'm gonna end up at one memory, the discard, and then it goes away. The
But
effects that go off are the Kagumon
minus the
to
source.
discard, and Ugumon gives me a memory back. I'm not gonna draw off of Ugumon because it doesn't get rid of all of your sources. Because there was two.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna gain the memory and then play this Gomamon.
All
So
right.
let's play. All right. So if we're playing this, what about the legitimacy of playing Baby Demon as your Digitama? That
Oh,
way,
Demi
when
Demon?
so Baby Demon says your turn, if this Digimon
Patch.
has piercing, it gets plus 2k. So with that, the level 6 for red, the Randomon, gives piercing. She was a 16. She's bigger than anything in the game unless you have a lot of yellow, or rather, it's a yellow deck, and they have a lot of the trial deck TKs on board.
Yeah.
That's what stops you. Otherwise, Precise Tactics is the card, by the way. One
Yep.
cost. Main, one of your Digimon gets, if the Digimon
Here for
security
free.
check
Mm-hmm.
reveals an option card, that card's security effect does not activate till the end of this turn. And security, add this card to hand. So, are we scared of Ragnar Lordmon coming out there and swinging for unstoppable damage?
I'll set you to 4. Play this and target Gomamon.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I mean, I find that scary. To be fair, a red deck playing Omnimon and swinging at you twice with that effect is awful.
So, here's the other thing I'm scared of. Ragnar Lordmon is unique, in my opinion, for two reasons. Amongst all of the other Yogres, DNA Digimon, however you want to say them, she is the cheapest to cast. She is a 3 cost for evolution. Everyone else is a 6 so far, with the exception of Imperialdramon, who's a 5-2 if you digivolve on the correct source. But that is ridiculous in my personal opinion. The way I personally look at this, the way I personally see this, turn 1, free evolution. Spend 2 to go up to 4. Next turn, spend 3 to go up to Tyrannomon. Spend 3 if you need to do play Tamer.
I'm gonna
Next
text
turn.
you.
All right.
Come on, because you don't have a source.
Alrighty. It's another glorious birth. Anyway.
But then you can just as easily go spend 3 to Randomon. Spend 3 to go negative with Ragnarlordmon. Use skill to go positive.
Yeah.
Or rather break even.
That was a big play talked about when Ragnar got spoiled.
The fact that she can negate her own cost.
Yeah.
So do you play 4/4 of the Great Sixes? It's very heavy, but if you do 4 of her, 4 of him, 4 of each of those, there's 12.
I mean, even just playing 3 of them and then playing both of the level 3s that search top 5 for that specific type of Digimon.
I mean, they both say get a Ragnarlordmon and 1 Digimon. So
Yeah.
it's win play do that. I mean, granted they're both win played, so you can't really digivolve with them. But outside of that, it's not bad to do free evolution, throw those out there, do any searches you need. It's possible to get to her in 2 turns, or 3 if you spend a little extra.
Yeah.
So what becomes the play? Are we going? I guess my ultimate question boils down to: are we going to see something flip the meta? And now, yes, the decks themselves will change, but right now we are seeing a overwhelming amount of blue and red taking tournaments. And when I'm looking at these counts, I'm looking at everything. Clark wants to say hi again. Sorry. We're looking at everything from 4th place and up. What do we see taking? And if we're just looking at every color, every tournament, there is an absurd amount of red and blue. The last record I seen for tournaments, and I'm not talking about Digimon Rumble, although Digimon Rumble is a very fun format. The 2-deck format does change the math a little bit on some of that. But a straight up 1-deck tournament, in top 4, it was literally only red and blue. Over a period, I believe it was Uzi, if I'm not mistaken. Someone had actually pulled up all of the results over the last 5 tournaments, major tournaments, and 14 of those 20 slots were red and blue. We're looking at an absurd number, in my personal opinion. Say that 2 specific colors are dominating a 7-color format because his count included hybrid. So to say that we have this many of them, kind of ridiculous in my personal opinion. Do you think Ragnarlord is going to change that? Or just support it?
I feel like Ragnarlord's gonna make red just more prevalent, and then, or he'll push a color out and black will become prevalent because this black version is better. I mean, otherwise, we're still going to see a huge number of red decks, a huge number of blue decks because Omnimon is still really viable even with Ragnarok Bond.
I'll play
What about
this
Imperator Mon?
Patamon and set you to 1.
Patamon skill?
Yeah.
But we still have Imperidramon coming out, and I do feel that Imperidramon Blue is still going to be a major thing.
That's
See, look at this dude.
1,
He's just like, oh yeah, hold on, let me just add these 2 tamers to hand.
2, and the rest go to the bottom. I wish.
Yeah, that's 2 for...
Clearly.
You get 2 on both of those. Look at this guy. As you can see, our judge has returned, and he is in full rove mode. He is walking the tables. Is
Soft return. Move for raising phase.
I'm doing my Dr. Evil pose.
I'll go ahead and attack security. Skill of Ikakumon on attack to get rid of your Cubimon.
Sure.
Then I'll gain a memory. And then because you also have a Digimon with no Digivolutions, I will draw a card.
It was a TK, so this TK comes into play.
Yes.
Now his security gets 4K. See, this is what I'm talking about. Just absolutely.
I mean,
I'm gonna push you to 1 by
okay.
evolving into Zudomon and drawing a card.
Alrighty.
I thought Zudomon was one played.
He has a it's not for the one plate effect. It's for the when attacking, get a memory if you have no sources.
Oh, so you're talking about you missed time for what's that, Gapsumon?
Hatch here. Oh boy, what a time to be alive!
No, go on 1 off when I attack.
What did you draw for?
I said it. He dropped a Cubimon. I got a memory. Upamon went off because he had a Digimon with no sources.
Oh, you're just drawing for the Digi-Evolution.
Yeah, and I drew for the Digi-Evolution.
Okay. I thought you were saying you were drawing for the skill. I was like, I thought he was.
No.
We already talked about this. I don't think... When played and when Digivolve. But no.
Yeah, no.
My misunderstanding.
I've drawn him in multiple games with this deck, and every time I'm like, I don't need to draw 2 cards, not for 7.
I think he's mostly played for his inherent skill, though, isn't he?
Oh yeah, a lot of times. Some people do if they see an opening, like say your opponent decided to give you 7 memory by playing a Magna Angemon going first. You're like, okay, I'm gonna play the Zudomon.
What are you talking about? They would never do that.
What I call the turn 1 Magna Angemon, go to 6.
Digivolve here, setting you to 2. And using his skill, autoplay this. The win play does not come into effect.
No.
No, it doesn't. And that's a turn. That's all I can do here.
What's your security at?
Draw for turn, raise Wanyamon. Fun little kitty cat. Wanyamon.
So, we've talked about a lot of Digimon culture. We've talked about decks. We've talked about format. But what we really haven't touched on too much, and I'm not going to go too much into this, is so I know in our area we will be supporting the game in November, and we actually seem to have a decent sized community. How are the communities looking in your area? I'm not going to ask Armani this as he lives just a few minutes away, and we'll be attending the same shops. If I have to drive him out of his house by his afro.
Yeah. So Austin currently has 2 shops I know of supporting the game. Juniors Comics and Games down in South Austin, and then Dragon's Lair Comics and Games in Central Austin. I know we're both supporting the game. My main store, Mothership Books and Games, may support it. I'm kind of unsure because we haven't really heard a lot and the store's not open.
Due to COVID, I'm assuming.
And we don't know when it will be open. But player base is pretty good. I don't really. I mean, I could check the Facebook group as to how many people have joined our main group down here, and that would be pretty much our player base. But so far I think it's like close to 20 people, so it's pretty good sized. That's not really discounting like San Antonio. If you live there, I'm pretty sure there's a community getting it. I know Houston has one. The Dallas Fort Worth area may be getting one. It's kind of iffy with TCGs up there sometimes. But yeah, it's growing. A lot of people are super excited because they've either played the original game or have just been fans of Digimon for a while. Um, 6. Everything's 4. Ugh. I don't really want to like hitting that. And you hitting something bigger than 7 is awful. So,
Just
let's
don't
see.
hit a ultimate or higher, and you'll be fine.
Yeah. I'm actually. So I'm gonna attack with this Pseudomon, and 2 effects are gonna go off when he attacks. His effect, I'm gonna gain a memory, and then because ShineGreymon is a level 5, Gobblemon's effect is gonna go off, and discard your Angemon underneath it.
Okay.
And then because of that, my other Digimon, Policeumon, has inherited effects from this Gomamon, which, if I remember correctly, is the promo Gomamon. Says once per turn, when a Digivolution source is discarded from an opponent's Digimon, gain a memory. So I'm going to go up to 4.
Okay.
Beauty.
Play that. Oh, finally.
Boom.
What I was afraid of.
Granted, you would have lost that fight regardless.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I didn't want to crash my big Policeumon into it. That would have been kind of bad. Those are going to go to the trash. And because you have the set 1 TK, you're going to go to 3 anyway.
Quite.
So I'm going to actually just kind of slam this Omnimon for 6 and target your GeoGreymon and put you to 2.
Rise.
And
Rise,
Omnimon
Greymon.
is when Digivolve destroy one of my opponent's Digimon and all Digimon that share a name with it.
Yeah, but his name's not Geo, it's Rise.
Oh, it's Rice. Sorry.
So I'm set to what now?
The judge is on
You're
the
set
prowl.
to 2. When I pass the turn, you'll be at 2, but your effects will put you to 3
I see.
because of TK.
Yeah.
I guess interesting note. I'm pretty sure you covered this already, Nick, but the whole cards are set numbered, not name specific
Mm-hmm.
for Digimon when
Yep.
building a deck. I thought that was an interesting rule.
It is. Considering the amount of Agumons we have, I find it hilarious, and I'm just waiting for the Agumon army to just appear out of nowhere and, storm the castle.
Digivolve here.
Yep.
And draw one.
Mm-hmm.
Digivolve here for free. Draw one. Uh, that
0-1.
yeah, I'm at 1. I'm thinking
Them
right now,
tough
actually.
calls, man. Them tough
Okay.
calls. I will say,
Yeah, Agumon Rookie Rush. That would be an interesting deck.
yeah, it would. It's almost a feasible thing to have a deck of pure Agumon. Close,
Yeah.
close. I guess technically, if you just add in enough options, you in theory could.
Yeah.
I will
I thought
play this Kari, setting you to 2, and that's a
yeah,
turn.
I meant to. That's what I want to do.
So currently, we have 5 different Agumons. 3 red, a yellow, and a
Funny
green.
card. You play max copies of every Agumon. That's 20 cards in the
Yeah.
deck. That's
40% of your deck right there.
almost half.
And then you just flood it with options and Greymons and call it a day. Like what?
So okay, so I'm gonna attack this. A big boy. Omnimon effects go off. A Kakumon's effect first, so discard the Patamon from Unimon. Gomamon underneath it, I'll get a memory. Go to 3. Upamon, because you have no digital sources, I will draw a card. And then Omnimon's effect allows me to return a level 6 underneath him to my hand to make him active.
Okay, play this. Great. Nothing.
He restands. This goes to my hand. 3. Uh, attack again for the last security.
Alrighty. Oh well, this comes into play.
Huh. The only security. Oh, you do only get a recovery if you can check it.
Quite.
The requirement
Wow.
is you have to actually add a yellow security to hand. It does specify a yellow card to hand.
Yeah. Um. Um. Did you roll for 2 or 1? Roll. And then I will play the start deck Matt Tamer for 2. And say go.
Draw.
So Armani's taking his turn. I'm
I'm
gonna
at
talk about
4.
yeah. I'm gonna talk about this Matt because a lot of people who see my deck list are gonna and play blue are gonna be like, why is he playing the start deck Matt? I chose to play the start deck Matt because of how focused I am about the whole making sure my opponent doesn't have any sources underneath the Digimon. So this kind of helps with the whole my opponent put me to 1 memory, but I need like 2 to do something and not necessarily just force in my turn. This helps. I like it.
Salamon attacks for 2. The security.
What? For 1 security?
Yep.
No, he's
1
saying
security.
it's 2 DP or 2K DP.
Oh, okay. 1K.
Wow.
Are you like? I just don't know what to do anymore.
Bravo.
Like I just don't know what I can do. like, like everything seems to be against me right now. Like why? I can't do like how. What what do I do?
Absolutely
This is
fantastic.
this is just like like I've literally been behind from the time I drew my first card, and like it's so I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's
Oh.
going on here.
Okay.
That's
For people who do not know Salamon's skill. Salamon's, right? It says, when destroyed, if your security is 3 or less, recovery 1. Armani's attempt here was to suicide it into the security to try to make progress against his opponent's security while simultaneously killing his Salamon, which both succeeded and failed epically.
oh my god. Like I don't know what
That promo Gomamon, man.
I can't do this. It's just
I
so
have never seen someone succeed, or I guess fail at succeed at failing so bad. I don't even know.
it is insane. It's so insane.
Look at it this way: you are really good at this game. Now, do me a favor, smooth that Patamon so you can slam into an Omnimon. Please and thank you.
Oh my god! It's
All right,
just so
what is Maze? What is your security at right now? How many security do you have?
Attack my Omnimon with that, if that's what you were trying to do.
He could have, but he was still trying to make progress against your security.
Yeah. That is kind of funny because there's not a whole lot of Digimon that have that low power.
I can't
you just needed it to not be a 1K.
It literally just needed to be anything besides a 1K or anything that's not a Digimon. Like either or, and I would have been good. I would have been set. But here we are.
Well, I guess that just raises the question, Mace. How much security you got left?
Dude,
Yeah.
dude, are you joking, man? I can't do it. It's so good. I'm so good at this game sometimes. Like it's just ridiculous.
I think in the entire color of blue, there's like 2 Digimon that have that low power. And I only use one of them. Because the other one's a 1K blocker.
All right. Digivolve here.
You got a
for
Gomamon.
2.
Yep.
You got the Monmon. You have a Gabumon.
Is there a 1K Gabumon?
Yeah. He's from this is set 1.
Well, guess I'm desperate to hard cast it.
Why would you hard cast it? You get none of its skills.
You can't. It doesn't do anything.
What?
It says when Digivolve.
When Digivolve? Oh, yeah. Hey, this game is this game's over.
Well,
like, or you know what? It's not over. I play this.
Okay, yeah. See, you're fine.
Go to 9, and I
Deck +2. You good? You got this.
Oh my god. Like, it's so insane. How good at this game do you have to be? It's so good. Like, okay, well,
I have faith in you. You got this. You got this.
Like, he can literally just play his entire deck now. That is how desperate. This is just great. It's wonderful. Oh, and he's got a Plesio in his hand too, so he can just herb derp and play it.
Yeah, but I mean, you got recovery 2. So here's I'm gonna spoil a little bit. You're not too bad off. There's still a chance you could win this. Like,
Okay.
Platinum Digivolve for 2.
Yep.
So,
Nah.
Omnimon for 6.
Well, hey,
never mind.
it's been fun, guys. But
Target Unimon.
Yeah.
yep, great.
Attack.
Yeah.
No effects other than skill to return plus your amount in my hand to restand.
For
It's
the
a-
love,
It's okay. You got a big boy right there.
please be something large. Please be something large.
Large
Oh,
and in
one at a
charge.
time. Oh,
Doesn't
well,
matter.
hey, game over.
Yeah, we'll
I
just.
wish I could say this was fun.
And
Yeah.
then
Alrighty. Well,
Are you joking?
you have beat the
Like,
conductor maze. We will say the cable car crew is currently on a lose streak of we have lost our first game.
I
um,
cannot. That is
I
just amazing.
I'm gonna say you beat the conductor, or not conductor. What's the little ticket dude called on a train?
I think he's still a conductor.
I literally.
I don't know. Let's look that up.
Maitre D. Amazing. Just absolutely impressive. I like
A conductor or guard.
Yeah, still. So we're gonna say you beat the conductor. Congratulations.
like oh my
Um,
god, man.
Thanks for coming on. We
Yeah,
will.
no problem. I mean, I enjoy the game a lot. I will say I started playing Digimon in the hopes of playing Opal's Vidramon because he's like top 5 favorites. But I switched over to the Omnimon, like kind of blue rush, kind of make sure my opponent
Well, I feel like
Digimon don't
you
really do
should still
much.
play Omnimon in all fours.
Yeah,
Not necessarily all as much as you would in say Vikemon or I'm sorry, Metal Garurumon.
no,
But
but you
because
can.
Blue doesn't really have a strong kill mechanic, they have Ice Wolf Claw, but that doesn't actually kill the Digimon. And I've talked about that in my other videos. But being able to sit there and say, "Hey, kill that," and anything that shares its name, I feel is still a very valid skill. And if
It is.
you have the memory and all technicality, you could do your last active with All Force, and instead of attacking once, Digivolve, swing,
Yeah, you
stand,
get 2
swing.
attackers with it.
But that's if you have the 6 memory, which
That deck doesn't typically.
yeah, unless your opponent pushed you really hard the turn prior to try to get like Armani did here with the recovery, it would be an option
Yeah.
to sit there and poke for multiple attacks. But to be honest, if you're having all force, you should already be able to get all 4 or 5 attacks, and a +2 won't necessarily matter.
I also had this option, like
Mhm.
boss monster win condition of the deck or one of them. Vikemon, that was an option I could have gone into.
Yeah.
Because he
He
does
just
have
has
security
1, right?
attack plus 1. No, he does 2.
No. For his skill, your opponent has to have a Digimon with no sources,
Yeah, it's
correct?
just a Digimon with
Yeah.
no skill. There is
Yeah.
one that's 2.
There is one that's 2, and I'm trying to remember whom.
Um,
I feel like it was a
I'm
Zudamon.
editing this deck. Believe that. I can't believe it.
Armani's gonna
That
go
was
burn your deck.
so amazing.
It's gonna be the Phoenix. It will rise from the fires of its own ashes.
That was so amazing.
The
I
ashes of its own fires.
cannot believe it.
I
Alrighty.
think I do.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, no problem.
Armani, there's no need to cry. You did great.
Oh,
You did
don't
do-
worry. Literally, the salt in me is welling up because
Well,
I can how simultaneously so lucky and so unlucky at the same time. It doesn't make sense,
it doesn't.
but that's okay.
Well, thanks for coming on the show. We hope you viewers had a
Yeah.
great time. Like, comment, subscribe, because that's what you have to say on these videos, I'm told. Apparently everyone does. And something about Raid Shadow Legends, I don't know.
Huh.
Anyway, we hope to see you all in our next video. Again, we'll have some more matches coming up. We'll probably do a more in-depth deck profile at some point once meta start to solidify after set 3 has been released on the 30th. Just because I feel like there's enough videos out there, unless specifically requested otherwise. I am told Armani really likes my black deck.
Funny joke.
And Maze apparently loves it as well. So I might put it in their hands to pilot, or maybe I'll jump in there and show people how to really show it off. I do want to go out and say that is not my list. That is from a player in Singapore, Michael something, if I'm not mistaken. When the deck profile comes out, I will say his proper name because I don't know why. Michael something. Anyway, thanks for coming. Y'all have a wonderful evening.